Okay. Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. Today I'm just going to talk about how to write a good thesis for your English class. So, most of you probably already know what a thesis is, but just in case you'd like a little bit of a refresher, a thesis is a statement that is set forward to be proved throughout your essay. So it's basically just an argument that you're going to be defending throughout your work. It can be put anywhere, but it's usually placed as the last sentence of an introduction paragraph, and it's usually just one sentence long. You can make it longer, but that's not really recommended. So point one is just to make it an argument. A thesis should always be an argument, never just a broad statement. And the reason for that is because it must be defensible. A good way to make sure that you've made your thesis an argument is to ask yourself, are people able to disagree with this? So if we take a look at the example here, dogs are the best pets. Yeah, absolutely, you can disagree with that, but this thesis is weak for a number of reasons, which I'll go into soon. Which brings us into point two, to make it specific. So the thesis should address all points made in your essay. Something that is too broad is not easy to defend. So if you take a look at the last one, there are a number of reasons why you could say that dogs are the best pets, but this example is a whole lot better. So dogs are the best pets because they reduce stress, keep you active, and offer unconditional love. So you see I've added a few benefits to owning a dog, which will be able to be defended throughout the essay. Point three is just to make sure you address all points in your thesis. So every argument made in your thesis should be defended throughout your essay. So for example, if we take a look at the last one again, if you talked about 3 arguments in your thesis, all 3 should be discussed at some point in the essay. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to make a separate body paragraph for each point, but all 3 must be discussed at some point. Point 4 is just to keep it concise, keep it short. Although a thesis can be more than one sentence, it's usually best to stick just to one. The reason for that being something that is too long can be hard to follow, a bit long-winded. But if you feel like all your ideas aren't able to fit into just one sentence, then you can separate it using a semicolon, which is inserted at some point in the middle of the sentence, not to end it, but to just include a separate idea. So point 5, it's completely optional, you don't really have to do this, but it's to include a counter-argument. So a lot of people choose to put a counter-argument into their thesis. This will also have to be refuted at some point in the essay, but it can serve to make your argument stronger as a whole. So if we take a look at the example here, although dogs can be difficult to care for, they are the best pets because they reduce stress, keep you active, and offer unconditional love. So what I've changed here is just the beginning part, although dogs can be difficult to care for. So that would be the counter-argument. It'll have to be refuted at some point, but the whole idea behind it is that these 3 benefits I listed will outweigh the fact that they can be difficult to care for. Sorry. So these are just some examples I took from yourdictionary.com. They're not mine. Number 1 is everyone should exercise. This is a thesis statement, but it's not strong. It's really weak because it's not specific enough. It doesn't mention why everyone should exercise. It's an argument, you can refute it, but it's not really a defensible one just because it's too broad. This second one, the internet has improved the lives of many. Again, for much of the same reasons it's weak. It's just not specific enough. It doesn't state how it has improved the lives of many. So this one, it's an improvement on the first one we looked at. It's a lot better. Americans should add exercise to their daily morning routine because it not only keeps their bodies at a healthy weight, but also reduces the risk of high blood pressure. So this is better because, 1, it's specific. It addresses a number of reasons as to why exercise is important, like the health benefits. It specifies Americans instead of everyone, just to narrow it down even further, and it explains that it should be done in the morning. This one, it branches off of that second example we looked at. The internet serves as a means of expediently connecting people across the globe, fostering new friendships, and an exchange of ideas that wouldn't have occurred prior to its inception. So for much of the same reasons, it's a lot stronger because it's specific, it mentions how the internet has improved lives, and it mentions that these benefits would not have been possible without the internet. Yeah, so that's all I have. If you just want to keep these tips in mind when you write your essays in the future, I think it could really help. Thanks for watching.